What if the habit taking the most years from your life is something you're doing right now? Let me ask you something personal. When was the last time you felt genuinely healthy? Not just okay. Not just able to get through work, handle your responsibilities, and make it to bedtime. I mean clear-headed, strong, rested. Like your body was actually working with you instead of dragging behind you. A lot of men can't remember. They're still showing up, still paying the bills, still taking care of everyone around them. But deep down, they know something feels off. The scary part is that health usually doesn't disappear in one dramatic moment. It fades quietly. A few hours less sleep. Another stressful week you never talk about. One more day spent sitting. A few drinks to take the edge off. None of those things feels dangerous by itself. That's why they're so easy to ignore. But repeated for years, ordinary habits can slowly wear down your heart, your brain, your hormones, and your energy. Today on Hidden Organ Secrets, we're breaking down 5 habits that may be shortening men's lives without them realizing it. And no, alcohol isn't number 1. It's only number 5. Let's start with number 5, alcohol. Now, before you think, yeah, I already know drinking is bad, stay with me for a second. Because the real problem isn't always how often you drink, it's how you drink. A lot of men believe they're doing fine because they don't drink every day. They work hard all week, stay focused, and then Friday or Saturday comes around. That's when they finally let loose. 3 drinks. 4 drinks. Maybe more, all in just a couple of hours. It feels like a reward, like you've earned it. But your body doesn't see it that way. Your liver can only handle so much alcohol at one time. When you pour in more than it can process, it falls behind. Instead of catching up, it starts dealing with damage. And if you're in your 40s or 50s, that recovery isn't as quick as it used to be. The same night out that barely affected you at 25 can hit your body much harder years later. The hardest part is that the warning signs don't always feel connected. You sleep, but you wake up exhausted. Your blood pressure starts creeping up. You feel more anxious for no clear reason. Your energy drops, and you just assume you're getting older. Sometimes it isn't age. Sometimes it's a habit you've repeated for years without realizing what it's doing. The good news is you don't have to quit everything overnight. Give yourself a few alcohol-free days every week. Slow down instead of rushing through your drinks. And after a heavier night, give your body time to recover instead of pretending nothing happened. Small changes like these may not seem dramatic today, but over time, they're the kind of choices your body remembers. Now let's talk about number 4, chronic stress. This one surprises a lot of people because it doesn't always look the way you'd expect. Most men don't walk around saying, "I'm stressed." They just say they're tired, they can't sleep, they're always thinking about work, they lose patience more easily. They feel drained all the time but keep telling themselves it's just part of getting older. The truth is, short-term stress isn't the problem. Your body is built to handle it. A stressful meeting, a close call on the road, a tough day once in a while, that's normal. The real damage happens when stress never leaves. When your mind stays switched on day after day, your body never gets the message that it's safe to relax. Think of it like driving a truck across the country without ever checking the engine temperature. It keeps moving, so you assume everything is fine, but inside, the heat keeps building until something finally gives out. That's what constant stress can do. And here's where a lot of men get trapped. Many of us were raised to believe that being strong means staying quiet. You don't complain. You don't ask for help. You keep pushing forward because that's what you're supposed to do. But holding everything inside doesn't make stress disappear. It just gives it a place to grow. Over time, that pressure can show up in ways you never expected. You sleep, but don't feel rested. Your mind races at night. You wake up already exhausted, even before the day begins. The good news is, you don't have to fix every problem overnight. Sometimes the first step is much simpler than people think. Go for a real walk without staring at your phone. Call someone you trust and have an honest conversation. Spend an hour doing something that genuinely makes you happy, even if it feels unproductive. Those small moments aren't a waste of time. They're how you remind your nervous system that it doesn't have to stay in survival mode forever. Now, let's get to number 3. And honestly, this is the one that sneaks up on a lot of men. It doesn't happen overnight. In your 20s, life usually feels full. You have friends, coworkers, teammates, people to grab lunch with or call on the weekend. Then life changes. Your career takes more of your time. Your family becomes your main focus. The years go by, and without even noticing, those friendships slowly fade away. One day, you look around and realize your whole world has become very small. Here's the thing most people get wrong. Being lonely isn't the same as living alone. You can be surrounded by people every day and still feel like no one really knows what you're carrying. You answer questions with, "I'm fine," even when you're not. You keep everything to yourself because it feels easier than trying to explain it. But your body doesn't ignore that kind of isolation. It treats a lack of real connection like something is wrong. Over time, that quiet loneliness can wear you down in ways you don't notice at first. You stop taking care of yourself the way you used to. Your stress sticks around longer. Even simple things start feeling heavier. The good news is that it doesn't take a huge change to start turning things around. Sometimes it's as simple as calling an old friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Meeting someone for coffee instead of saying, "maybe next time." Joining a group, a club, or even showing up somewhere consistently where you feel like you belong. Real connection isn't about having hundreds of friends. It's about having at least one person you can be completely honest with. That conversation may seem small in the moment, but sometimes it's exactly what reminds you that you're not carrying everything alone. Now we're down to number 2. And this is one I really wish more men took seriously. Sleep isn't something your body earns after you've finished everything else, but that's exactly how a lot of us treat it. There's always one more email to answer, one more episode to watch, a few more minutes scrolling on the phone. We tell ourselves we'll catch up tomorrow, or maybe this weekend. The problem is, your body doesn't work that way. Sleep is when the real repair happens. It's when your brain clears out the mental clutter from the day. It's when your heart, your hormones, and the rest of your body finally get a chance to recover. When you keep cutting that time short, your body never finishes the job. The strange part is how quickly you get used to feeling tired. After a while, being exhausted starts to feel normal. You wake up needing caffeine just to get going. Your focus isn't as sharp. You get irritated over small things. By the afternoon, your energy crashes, but you convince yourself that's just what getting older feels like. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes your body isn't asking for another supplement or another cup of coffee. It's asking for sleep. The good news is that small changes can make a real difference. Try going to bed around the same time every night, even on weekends. Put your phone away at least an hour before bed. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. And if you can, stop drinking caffeine later in the day so your body has a chance to wind down naturally. None of those habits are complicated, but together, they give your body the time it needs to recover instead of just surviving another day. And now we come to the habit that surprises almost everyone. It's more damaging than drinking, more common than chronic stress, and most people are doing it every single day without giving it a second thought. And now we've reached number 1. Honestly, this is the habit that surprises almost everyone. It's not alcohol, it's not stress, it's not even a lack of sleep. It's sitting. I know, that probably sounds too simple to be the biggest problem. Most people hear it and think, "Come on, I sit because I have to work." But that's exactly why it's so easy to overlook. The problem isn't just that you're sitting, it's staying still for long stretches, without giving your body a reason to move. When you sit for too long, the biggest muscles in your legs stop doing much work. Blood doesn't move as efficiently. Circulation slows down. Your brain gets a little less oxygen, which is one reason you can feel mentally foggy after spending hours at a desk. Then other changes start building in the background. Your body becomes less responsive to insulin. Your muscles burn fewer calories. Inflammation begins to rise. Your heart has to work harder than it should just to keep everything moving. None of this happens with a warning sign. It happens quietly. And that's what makes it dangerous. Here's the part that really changed the way I think about movement. It's not the total number of hours you spend sitting that matters most. It's how long you stay seated without getting up. After about 30 minutes of not moving, your body already starts shifting into a slower gear. Your metabolism begins to slow, and your muscles aren't getting the signals they were designed to receive. The good news is that fixing this doesn't require a gym membership or a complicated workout plan. Stand up every 30 minutes, even if it's only for a couple of minutes. Walk around while you're on a phone call. Take the stairs when you can. Park a little farther away. Go for a short walk after a meal instead of sitting right back down. Those little moments add up much faster than people realize. Movement shouldn't be something you only do for 1 hour at the gym. It should be woven into your entire day, because every time you get up and move, you're reminding your body what it was built to do. And sometimes, the smallest decision simply standing uppus, the one that keeps you healthier for years to come. When you step back and look at everything we've talked about today, one thing becomes really clear. Most men don't lose their health all at once. It doesn't usually happen because of one bad decision. It happens little by little. A few too many drinks on the weekend. Stress that never gets talked about. Friendships that slowly disappear. Nights with too little sleep. Hours spent sitting, without even thinking about it. None of those habits feels like a big deal on its own. But repeat them for years, and they slowly become part of your life. And eventually, they become part of your health. The good news is that you don't have to change everything today. You don't need a perfect routine. Just pick one thing. Maybe you slow down when you drink. Maybe you take a walk instead of carrying your stress by yourself. Maybe you finally call that friend you've been meaning to reach out to. Maybe you go to bed a little earlier tonight. Or maybe you simply stand up every 30 minutes and move for a couple of minutes. Small choices may not feel powerful in the moment, but they're the ones that shape how you feel months and years from now. If you found this video helpful, subscribe to Hidden Organ Secrets for more simple, practical conversations about the everyday habits that quietly affect your health. And if someone in your life needs to hear this, share this video with them. It might be the reminder they didn't know they needed. Your health may be shaped by years of small habits, but recovery can also begin with one small decision today.